What's going on, guys? Before we start this video, if you guys don't know, I am giving the 2002 Springer away. It is doing really good. So I told everyone, if it does well, I will be giving this bike away before Christmas. So head on over to www.cyclefanatics.com. Get yourself entered to win this absolutely beautiful bike, because honestly, I really do want to give it away to somebody before Christmas, so they have an amazing present under the tree. So just in 3 days, Garage Living is going to come by to install the floor coating. So they're going to be actually stripping down this existing coating that I installed myself about almost 5 years ago. And they're going to go up the platform and do the entire platform. But the one thing I did notice, there's just a tiny gap at the bottom. So what I want to do is cover that. I'll show you with what. And then also this top lip right here, I want to cover that as well, just so it looks a little bit more finished. But other than that, the coating is going to take care of the rest, like fill in all of the nail holes where the nails are. So I just actually took a quick ride to Home Depot, and what we're going to be putting on is this 90-degree wood kind of channel. And we're going to be covering the top, and then we're going to use this 3/4 quarter round to finish off the bottom, just so we could eliminate that gap. So this way, once they come and do the coating, it's just going to look basically all one piece. So I don't want any gaps. That's also going to prevent any air from getting up underneath the platform. So we're going to be doing that. And we're going to be finishing up that one outlet right here. And I just picked up another light, so we're going to be doing that. That's all today. And also, I'm going to give it a shot. I bought this big gap filler. It expands up to 3 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just try it in one bay. I'm going to actually drill a little hole here. I'm going to see where the studs are, drill a little hole. And then I don't have too much, because from here, from this point, as you guys can see, it's all poured foundation. So I only have like another 4 feet of actually framed wall that is not insulated. So I know a lot of you guys said it might not be code to insulate, but as long as I have been in business, being a home builder, we have always insulated exterior walls. In New Jersey, all exterior walls, even though it's a garage that is connected to the house, we have always insulated interior walls. This being an interior wall into the garage was definitely insulated. But if you go inside of the house, those interior walls were never insulated unless the customer actually asked for that, whether they wanted more soundproofing or something like that, or just a better R value to keep the temperatures in between the rooms more consistent. But I have never, and I was in the business for about 27, 28 years, I have never not insulated a connected garage exterior wall. We have always insulated them. So that's why I'm wondering, this house was built back in the 50s, 60s. Maybe it wasn't done back then, maybe it wasn't code back then, but like I said, in the past 20 something years, over 20 years that I've been doing it, we have always insulated exterior walls, even if it's a connected garage to the house, if that makes sense. So now if you have a detached garage, yeah, you don't have to insulate anything because it's detached, it's not considered or attached to the house. But still, either way, obviously I'm a little upset that these walls were not insulated, because I will tell you, in the winter, it gets pretty cold. Outside, it's 40 degrees. Inside, it's 53 degrees. And then when you go inside my house, we keep it kind of at like 68, 69. We don't like it too hot. We don't like it obviously too cold, but we keep it around 68, 69 degrees throughout the winter. And that's what we feel comfortable at. Like if it's too hot, then you can't sleep. That's why we kind of stick at 68, 69 degrees for inside the house, and everybody is comfy. If anybody is a little chilly, throw on a little sweatshirt, whatever, but it just feels more comfortable at that temperature. But like I said, the inside of the garage is 53, and I think after I insulate just that portion of wall, which is about I don't know, 11, 12 feet. And then that portion of wall, which is about almost 30 feet long, I think the garage is definitely going to stay a lot warmer. Not super, super warm, but it's going to definitely retain the heat better. And also it's gonna help, obviously, with the above master bedroom and my son's room. The garage door is insulated, which is good. So no problems there. I really can't do nothing more about that. These walls, I'm going to try it. Some people said, rip the sheetrock down, re-insulate it. I'm not going through all that. I would have to tear all this sheetrock down just to insulate it and then put the sheetrock back and spackle. I don't want to do that. Another person said, do some blown-in insulation. I can do that, but that's kind of costly. So I'm gonna just try it this way. If I think the cans of foam cost me about 15 bucks. If it works, I'm gonna show you if it does. I honestly, I never did that before because it's not really the way to do it. But if it works, then great, then I'll just insulate every bay. And if it doesn't, then I might go the route of the blown insulation, but that's probably going to be my last resort. Blown-in insulation, what they do is typically, they usually just drill a hole at the top and then just basically fill the whole entire cavity with like a cellulose type of insulation. It's pretty much like just shredded crap. And they fill the cavity and at least you get a somewhat of an R value instead of nothing. So I'm gonna do the wood pieces now, tackle the electric, and then I'm going to try and foam up the bays within these walls. All right, so I got the last light up. So I have 3 lights in total that are gonna shine down on my counter space and on my work area. This way I could do videos. Got the last outlet in. So, and then I put the top molding on. It just looks more finished, and it just covered up that gap on the bottom and just gave it a nice edge. And this way they could put the coating right on the concrete and right up and over onto the deck. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give this a shot. I don't know where the what I'll do, I'll start with this small cavity right here in the corner. Just gonna punch a small hole through with the socket. And then, yeah, there is no insulation in there. So I'm just gonna have to give it a shot. This insulation that I just picked up, it's like the biggest one that they have at Home Depot, the biggest expansion rate. They have another one for small cracks and one for doors and windows. The one for doors and windows does not expand a lot, because if you don't want that, if you use a foam for doors and windows and you use like something like this, it's gonna push your jams in and stuff. You're gonna create a big problem. So we'll give this a shot. I'm gonna start filling this cavity up. I know it's only to right there. I'm gonna start filling up. If I see it come out, I'm gonna let it dry. Then we could always cut the access off. Then I'll just drill I'll put another hole in all the way at the top, right underneath the plate, and just start it. But I don't know. I don't have high hopes for this. I don't know if it's going to have enough expansion. It looks like it's full because I can't put any more in. It's starting to come out of the hole. I still have, obviously, my connections in the excuse me, construction industry. So I made a phone call over to one of my buddies that does blown-in insulation. So I'm waiting for him to call me back so he could give me a price on this wall and that wall. But in the meantime, as you guys can see, let me show you. Look, it went down. I put the hole here, and that's about, I don't know, let me measure. That's about 16 inches. So it filled that cavity. One can filled the cavity. So I'm thinking if I put another hole here and then another one at the top, 3 cans will fill that entire cavity. So then what I'll do is, once I have the price on the blown-in insulation, I'll take that number, and then what I'll do is I'll count how many bays. I'll know that it'll take 3 cans to fill a bay, and I'll basically multiply the 3 cans times how many bays I have, calculate that price, and see which one is worth it. So if the price comes out to like almost the same, or if the blown-in insulation is a lot cheaper, I'll just have it blown in. But if the blown-in insulation is so much more than the foam, then I'll just do it myself because I have time. I have from now until right after Christmas to actually get this done. And to tell you the truth, the foam will definitely have a higher R value than the cellulose stuff. So I'll just let you guys know. But right now, I'm going to put another hole a little higher and fill that chamber up, and then I'll put another hole higher and fill that up. Now, if I had if there was a lot more to do, I wouldn't even think about doing the foam. I would just get the blown-in insulation. But like I said, there's not much here. You know what I mean? So let's see. Yeah, so this is definitely not going to be an option because it took 4 cans and the cavity is really still not fully filled. So scratch that. So I'll wait for my buddy to call me back, and I'll probably just have some, no matter what the cost is, I'm gonna have to get it done because later I won't be able to do it. The only other way in the future is if obviously I do it from the outside is, you know, if I change the siding, like redo the siding, then we could cut some holes, but I'm not doing that anytime soon. So inside is going to be finished. So this way, you know, once everything's finished inside the garage, I'm not going to be able to insulate the walls. So now's the time. I'll probably have some more information for you guys in the next video. But this third light here is definitely good. It's definitely really bright on the stage area, I call it now. This is where I'm going to be doing obviously the editing and stuff and talking head videos. It's just going to be a great space. It's nice and bright. And you know, I'll probably, while I'm recording, I'll probably have to get just some kind of studio lights or whatever. I can't wait to get this done. It is really super nasty outside now. Temperature dropped to like 39 degrees. Winds are picking up. We're supposed to get high winds, like 45-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow. Let me see, tomorrow's Thursday. Friday, they're coming. So I have to have everything out of the garage, which will only probably take me about a half an hour, 45 minutes to remove everything, I only have the 2 other bikes, a compressor, the toolbox, and some little stuff laying around. And then once they do the floor on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm just gonna let it cure. I am not even gonna step into the garage. And Monday, I'll show you guys how it looks. Don't forget, make sure you guys enter onto that beautiful Springer Softail giveaway. Links will be down below to take you over there, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.